Folks! Wait a minute. Folks! Welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments, where we report the news, the things that are positive, the things that try to go up in price, and the things that just bamboozle and go to zero. That's what we do here. And today we have quite an interesting announcement, ladies and gentlemen, regarding Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast announcing the return of core sets. Wait a minute. Is this deja vu again? So let me give you guys a little backstory. So core sets is something that's been around since the ABU, revised 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th edition, and then converted over to M10, M11, M12, M13, and 14, and 15 for 15th edition, essentially. Then they had a ceremony as core sets were retired with a set called Magic Origins, which was like M16. Then I started getting some emails to myself. In about 2018, I made some videos telling everybody that I received an email to myself from some employees that work at my own place that core sets were going to be officially returning. I got really lucky because that email to myself was accurate. And in 2019, sure enough, we had Core 2019 released at the end of 2018. So we had the return of core sets again. So core sets were discontinued, brought back, discontinued, brought back. Core M19 was out, M20, M21, and then core sets were discontinued again. On this news now, the core sets are being renamed to foundations. So we're not going to be using core, which I guess is okay because they skipped so many years. You can't really say like, we're at like, 19th edition. You really don't want to say like core 2024 because you can't really say core 2025 because the thing they're doing different is this new foundation core set product is going to be an evergreen product, an unlimited print run for essentially 5 years. And they're very blunt about it up front. So I'm going to give you all my opinion in a second, but I just want to explain what's going on. So this foundation, the return of core sets, or a basic entry-level foundation product, is going to come out at the end of 2024, 2025. And that product's going to be available and print if needed, if the price goes up, all the way through 2025, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So obviously you can't name this Core 2025 if they're going to be printing and selling it in 2028 and 2029. So I believe the renaming of core sets to foundations in this particular scenario is actually the correct choice. At first I was like, really? They're just going to change the name? But now that I read into it and I saw the articles, making a core set available for 5 years is a whole different approach. Wizards has never gone out of their way stating that they will print and keep something available for 5 years before. Okay. Now, so again, it's just play boxes. They're going to be foundation play boxes. In other words, an entry-level core set. It's just available in a play box. Now, here's where it gets a little interesting, everybody. The rumor on the street that I emailed myself is, yes, the core set foundation product for 5-year availability is going to be available in collector boxes. The collector boxes are a one in print and done at release. So this is where it gets interesting. So at the beginning, in theory, the foundation play box and collector box comes out, and it's kind of like, okay, cool, some people like it, some people don't, and some people skip it, whatever. But then in year 2, 3, 4, 5, when those play boxes are still being made and the collector box has been gone for 4 years, that's going to be a really bizarre disconnect. Now, also the rumors behind this are, how do I say this without making it obvious of what I do and do not know? Because remember, there's no inside trading, there's no fruit running. I haven't used the term fruit running. There's no front running, there's no fruit running. And I'll say it this way. So one of 5 possible things, one or more of the 5 possible scenarios are going to be added to this collector box. This is the way we're going to talk about it. So legally, and you don't really know what Rudy knows or what I emailed myself when I went to the bathroom yesterday. Number 1, we're going to have serialized cards in this foundation collector box that are going to be quite fascinating because it's going to be serialized cards of basic staples. The Land of War Elves, the Lightning Bolts, the Counter Spells, and of course some of these have already had serialized cards, but that's an interesting dynamic. Number 2, to add some really interesting versions of serialized cards. Again, this is an email that I was thinking in the bathroom while I was pooping. And that is, the chase cards are going to have alternate art and special versions to celebrate this kind of thing as a serialized card. I'm not really sure. Option number 3, there is going to be some other special guest subsets inside of this, how do I say it, collector box and even play boxes that are going to help keep value and stability to a product that the market's going to know is available for 5 years. How does that sound? Which, kind of going to number 4 and 5, no, there's no, I don't think redemption cards and all that. I'm not going to go into that conspiracy theory, but hey, you never know. I believe the idea, see, the risk level is when you have a product that you tell the market you will endlessly print and have available for 5 years. The good news is, for the players in Game Piece Army, you're going to force immediately every store in the country to not hold on to the regular play boxes because everyone's going to know they have only one direction. The cards, singles, and the sealed product has to tank in price. Because you are making the supply and demand formula and you're taking the lid off the supply side, and there's only going to be so much demand, but there's an infinite supply. So in the calculation formula of economics and secondary market, you have a very, very, very dangerous formula, okay? So the play boxes of an evergreen core set are going to be products that, hey, if a store has some, they're going to keep some on the shelf, and it's going to be great to on-ramp entry-level new Magic players. Now, again, let's pause right there. I personally think, I know this is kind of a hot take, I actually think this is a really fucking good idea. I actually think this is something that they should have kept. I've been on the boat that core set should have never ended. I'm not sure about this approach because telling the market, this is Rudy's opinion time. This is the end of the video, which means we're only halfway through the video, which means we're just starting. The problem is when you tell the market unlimited print run for 5 years, every single person, stepsister, stepmom, and no matter how many loads of laundry you do, she's going to get stuck in the dryer. And we know that for the next 5 years, she has to do unlimited laundry. And the fact we know there is no supply cap is going to create a moral hazard situation. Because we know you're giving the market data that's very bearish when it comes to finance and secondary market. You are providing that. And when you do that, you are going to put massive downward pressure because everyone knows the price this month is going to be higher than the price next month. So it is in the best interest of every single person watching this, not collector boxes, play boxes. When you have foundation play boxes, the longer you hold on to them, the less they will be worth. Now, when you wire the market into a perspective like this, before you launch the product, it is going to be a very high-risk situation. Now, this has nothing to do with whether or not the product is going to be good, okay? The product can be fucking phenomenal. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Now, the way you manage and hedge and make sure you don't create a panic Carlo foreclosed manor type of sale or epilogue aftermath, you have to release this in tiny waves and in tiny supply. You cannot allow a scumbag like Rudy to order 5,000 boxes and just annihilate the market and endlessly sell until I lose my ass. You must make a product that you disclose as evergreen for 5 years. You must make the print run low. Okay? Not low to the point where new players can't get it, but it needs to be a tight, very controlled situation. Because let me explain to you. If you do not go into this using extreme caution and being very conservative, right when the first wave of release happens, if the foundation, if the core set product, play boxes, come out and they collapse below 100, like what happened with Karlov when he got foreclosed on and punched in the face. If that happens, you're fucked. The Magic market, every LGS in the country and world, no one's going to reorder. And that faucet saying, hey, we can do unlimited supply, you might as well just shut it down. Because if people get burned, if stores and players and collectors and evil Rudies and the beautiful 3% ladies, if everybody buys this and it goes straight into the dirt, that's it. That's it. Okay? Now, in Baldur's Gate situation, that worked out really good because, well, they never reprinted Baldur's Gate draft and set. They never really had the ability to reprint all these things because the market just said F off. And whatever was out there released slowly got flushed out over the last year or so, and that's it. Now everybody wants it. But this situation, you told the market that you have 5 years of whatever you want, we will produce. It is a really major tightrope, okay? So, in conclusion, like Rudy said, this has potential to be a really great product. I think it's a necessary product. I think it can be a beautiful product, okay? But these play boxes must come out with Assassin's Creed and Fallout type print runs, okay? Where stores get a little bit. And then literally every couple months, you release a little bit more, okay? That is the only way you are going to dodge everyone online making videos of Pound Town, punch in the face. I'm talking Rudy, the secret WotC employee. Have I ever showed you guys my Wizards of the Coast outfit and my name tag from Wizards of the Coast? I don't think I've ever disclosed that, have I? So this was my old Wizards of the Coast name tag when I actually worked in one of their stores. And this is one of my extras I never got to wear. This is the Wizards of the Coast actual embroidered uniform from a long time ago that you would wear your name tag with. I know. Anyways, again, you guys know I email myself and everything's full of crap. You guys know that. This is an entertainment channel. I'm in a basement. I sling tacos at you. We have fun and jokes and report what's going on. Like, what are you new here? You think you can learn something from me? Come on, dude. Go to somebody who'll sell you a get-rich program. They'll teach you something. How to lose your money? Anyway, so when we look at the situation, this is a great thing. I think the return of core sets under Foundation with play boxes and just collector is going to be a beautiful thing. But I hope WotC understands walking into the valley of the shadow of cardboard, they need to be very, very careful. Because if executed correctly, if the product is built like a beautiful sunflower, I'm already excited. But the execution on this and the distribution on these play boxes is going to have to be like walking on eggshells. You're going to have to be very careful to not fuck this up. That's it. I want to lay that out there. Oh, and as far as stability and the financial value of the product and boxes and cards, for those of you out there who are going to say, well, Rudy, it's an intro product and core set, it shouldn't have financial value. Okay, well, if that's what you believe, I don't even know why you're watching a YouTube channel called Alpha Investments. Products need to have value. If my customers buy boxes of cards from me, if your customers and you all watching this buy from your local store, you are spending your money, okay? Unless you're printing your own money with your own J-Pal Money Machine Go Burr. Oh, I missed 2021. Unless you live like that, we all work for our money. You, just like me, when we spend our money, the cards, the items, the tangible goods we exchange for, not ladies of the night, not intangible, the tangible goods that we are buying, I always believe very firmly need to have some sort of value that you are trading your money for. If little Timmy works over here at Chick-fil-A slinging waffle fries to goofballs like me, that paycheck he gets, if he wants to buy a commander deck set, that commander deck should have cards of value and hold some sort of value because he traded his time for a paycheck, which was traded again for a deck that makes him happy. And I always believe those cards and that type of purchase should retain some form of financial value. Well, it's a game. Well, your stepsister's a game, but it needs to maintain value. It is the respectable, correct approach in an industry with secondary markets under the category collectibles. Now, the way we can do this is these play boxes, another thing you can do to add stability, but you don't want to do too much. You don't want to make it like a scalper's investor's paradise. You need to have, even though it's a basic entry-level product, it needs to either have cards of value or it needs to have chase cards. Now, what I would recommend doing, because again, I don't work for Wizards of the Coast, I just printed that own outfit. I sew in my spare time and knit, and I made my own name tag. Those are definitely fake products. And what I believe needs to happen is we need a form of lottery cards. Play boxes need a subset chase set. Okay, I would say almost like a Kaladesh Invention type of product, or a Masterpiece, or Zendikar, or an Oath of the Gatewatch, or an Amon Kitty Cat. It needs to have, play boxes need a special subset in this series so that when people open them, there are items as a safety net to maintain stability for the play box that has been disclosed as unlimited print for 5 years. You can't use serialized cards. I think this is a great example for a subset type thing. I know you've got the list and stupid shit in play boxes, but I think you need something that's a really major chase to really add a lottery aspect to these entry level things. This also allows new players to come into the game, and also they have a small chance of hitting something major, having that euphoric moment in connecting and creating that dopamine rush, which creates addictive tendencies for the future of those new players to lure them into the world of Magic and keep them addicted to cardboard. These are different type of psychological things that I believe should be executed. I don't want to get too much into that because I feel like I get a little creepy talking about that, but that's how I would navigate and manage that type of design. So, let's go back to it. Before we end the video here, I know we've been ranting a while. I want to comment real quick on collector boxes. Collector boxes on this product, no different than anything else. They're going to be short printed. There's going to be very desirable, and I maintain the very short, simple answer that all these collector boxes, except Karlov Manor and its difficulty, essentially, well, you never know, those will probably rebound eventually too. Essentially, all these all these products in 2024 with these new print dynamics and the new print supply are very bullish, and I am very positive, and I remain very excited about them across the board, even going back to the end of 2023. Essentially everything from Phyrexia, Wilds of Eldraine, Ixalan, Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who, Ravnica Remastered, Fallout, and of course going into Assassin's Creed. All of these collector products, these collector boxes are collectible again, and because of the adjustments made, these are nice, interesting pieces to see how the future reprices them. I think these collector products, even for a core set, are going to be exciting. Remember, folks, we've only had one collector box in Magic history that was on a core set, and that was Core 2021. It was a very short printed collector box, and to this day, if you go on like TCG Player eBay, hit English Core 2021 like collector box, there's like nothing left. I can't believe they're not $500, $600, $700 a box. There's nothing left. I don't even think if you wanted, you could buy 50 boxes right now on every platform combined. Like, there are certain collector boxes, and that's, back in the 2020 era, during the, you can't talk about it, the virus, and, you can't put bleach on a Black Lotus, it'll damage the card, and, there are products that are going to continue to age, and they will be repriced higher. And the market is just now coming to terms with that. And I think this still holds true. Do not think because the regular foundation play box is going to be available for years, do not think this changes anything with the collector box. The collector box will be rare, and it will hold its value because that is what they are doing, and there's no way to argue against it because they've shown us with every single set now for the last 6-7 products that, well, they mean business, and it's going to do that. So hope you guys learned something today. Hope you guys had a great time. I just wanted to go over this whole foundation return of Magic core sets. I felt it was a good, important conversation to have for a good 10 to 20 minutes here because there's a lot to go over. I know everyone's going to have hot takes and dramatic things about cards and, print to oblivion and all this stuff. But overall, I like the direction. I like how Hasbro and WotC are doing things. I remain very bullish Rudy on the direction of Magic right now, even though, after coming from 2022 and 2023, I was like the most negative Wizards bashing person on the internet. In 2024, we finally have results and changes, and I'm very excited that, and I think we're going to continue to see that for quite a long time. And hope you guys stick around. And as always, if you're watching this, we're probably in the month of July now, or the end of June. So if it's the end of June, Assassin's Creed is probably happening right now. If this is the beginning of July, remember, if you're a patron, I just ran the Assassin's Creed stuff. I'm working on a little mini Assassin's Creed collector box sale. I don't have much, but I got a couple hundred boxes. Keep in mind, we got, how was I going to say? Oh, yeah. We have the Magic Loyalty sale coming up for collector boxes. I pulled a lot of interesting people, long-term patrons, and I was asking, would you rather me do like a variety collector box sale? Most people told me no. They said just do something simple, like pick one, like a Baldur's Gate, Commander Legends 2 collector box, which are, $220 a box. and offer that with the major discounts depending on how long you're a patron. Don't do a variety because not everybody wants every version of the variety. There may be 2 boxes someone doesn't want, they don't want to buy it. So we got that coming up. So July, what do we have, folks? I'm not even going to tell you. You'll be excited. Streets of Barry Manilow is pulled down from patrons if you're watching this in July. That's over with. Wildsville Drain, Ixalan, Jumpstart are all still skyrocketing on the open market. Those are still 89 shipped. We're not changing the price, even though you guys are just wrecking me on those things. Infinity, Boulder's Gate, Crimson Val have been very stable. I feel like those are going to be moving after these other ones move. I feel like those are the next to move because we have Jumpstart, Wildsville Drain, Ixalan like pushing 110, 120. I think in the filming of this video, Ixalan Draft is like 118 plus tax. That's you guys are, there's people out there watching this channel paying $130 a box for Ixalan Draft shipped. You know I sell them for $89 shipped. You can buy a case every month. That's like $200 off market price. Like, why would you pay that? Don't forget, support Rudy. I got to sponsor myself. I'm done. Whatever. Have a beautiful day. I think this foundation thing's going to be fun. I really do.